Ugh, ouch! Oh, no full LCD. Some more. Why does it? Oh, it's not even the.
Yeah, it's
not even the one that.
Yeah, you can even touch it.
No, last time was like that, ma.
Oh.
Last time in the 5 Series,
Oh.
you have this ring, and then the LCD behind. But
No, it's only the bottom part.
this one also LCD, right?
No, it's analog.
Analog.
Yeah, you can see from the back. There's lighting.
Oh, analog, but pretend to be LCD. But it's light up though, right? Yeah, it's an analog dial that looks like an LCD.
Yep.
Wow. Interesting. Smaller compared to
About 8-inch. Look, digital car key.
well. Everything else the same. This one still so stiff. Touch. It's the same one. Okay, guys, I'm in the 320i. What's the horsepower? Horsepower ton?
About 184.
184, same as the 320i. Interesting. Okay, can adjust the how tight it clamp my waist. Can?
Yep.
Which one? Oh, okay. I'm fatter than HP. So do you feel proud that your car on paper has more horsepower?
But it doesn't feel like that.
This one feels faster, right?
This one feels way more faster.
Way faster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it is. Even last time the 318,
Yep.
they say on paper 130 something.
Doesn't feel like that.
It feels a lot faster because we use torque. Right? Maybe on high speeds it may not be able to reach that high, but it has the torque. Anyway, let's move on with the review. So I need to send HP back. I'll continue when I mount the camera. Okay, I was trying to use, because the car obviously has NFC, so just now I was trying to use NFC to connect my phone, and maybe I didn't know how to. Let's send our horsepower ton back first. Small mode, normal mode, or sport, individual. Comfort. Okay, go back to comfort mode. Ooh, F30. Walao eh, the glare. Can you see the glare from this? From the sun? Whoa! It's like a mirror eh! I don't know whether you guys can see it or not, because I need to put you guys on my line of sight. Yep, this is my line of sight. This is the glare that I get, and it's so bright. When the trees, when we pass by the tree, right, the flicker actually goes around the cabin because it's so bright. This is, yep, this is not good. The sunlight reflection is crazy. Ooh. Okay, the car is still very quiet, comfortable, a lot more comfortable than the 330i. However, somehow the speedo cluster, that's the thing. I mean, for those of you who own the facelift F10, right, you guys have that pseudo analog digital kind of speedo cluster. That actually looks way more appealing than this. This one with that little ring, that physical ring, the edges, it feels like a cheap China copy back in the early 2000s of something that the Germans make. Yeah. And HP is quiet. He's like, oh, I like the car. Oh.
Yeah.
You like the car?
Yeah.
I think I would like the car as well. But doesn't mean this is not something I cannot observe. The last sedan that I was driving was the Passat, and the Passat has a tiny side mirror. This one is alright, left and right alright, perfectly usable. The Passat one is too tiny, too small. And what else? You have ambient lighting. This is not the latest, right?
No, this is iDrive 6.
Why? This is iDrive 6.
Yeah. The 330i get the latest one.
But actually this is... I'm totally okay with this.
Yep.
Because it's, to me, a bit easier to use compared to the new one. And I don't need that, hey BMW, thing. Like this one. Call my friend.
A Bluetooth device must be connected for this function.
Alright.
Mobile devices.
This
Please
car,
continue using mobile.
play music. Play music.
Media search. Please name an entertainment source. For example, USB.
USB.
No device is connected here.
Radio.
Please select a waveband, such as
Okay, man.
entertainment.
Okay, man. I don't get the hey BMW, but I still have my button here just to press it. And yeah, gear knob, I prefer the old BMW gear knob. Feels more substantial. This one was designed to have that crystal gear knob, but then because you didn't pay enough, you are poorer than an 8 Series owner, so they don't give you crystal, they give you some plastic, and it's some of the worst plus. Oh, that's a cool Audi TT. Come Enduro, bro. Anyway, let's go into sport. Oh, lovely. Oh, I don't like. Okay, wait. That's not right. I go back to comfort first. I need to test when I let go of the throttle. I'm in comfort. You feel that?
Yeah.
So every time I put on the throttle, when I let go, I mean it's not crazy acceleration, and I'm in comfort mode now. So I'm on the throttle, and then every time I let go, you can feel the slight dip, and it doesn't have adaptive damper, I believe. Okay.
Even the 330 I also don't have.
Oh, that one don't have. That one just M Sport suspension, right?
They say back to the basic now.
Where should I go? Left, right. Ooh, M5. You don't know how to go back your home, ah?
I don't know. This way, I don't know.
Anyway, got M5. That's a real M5. Oh, that's a nice M5. Wow. Lovely. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yes. Oh, look at the paint. It's beautiful. Oh. Oh. But that's the thing with M5, you see, they are so quiet, so comfortable, so nice, so... Smoking hot. Anyway, I feel warm.
To adjust the temperature, use the controls on the air conditioning system.
So clever! She tells me if I need to adjust the aircon, I just touch the aircon panel. There's no need to talk to her. Okay. I'm having too much fun here. That's what your mom and dad would say if you try to tell them, hey mom, go buy a new, BMW or Merc or all this Volvo or whatever, right? You can talk to the car to adjust the temperature. Then your mom and dad will go like, you can press that button, just like what she had advised me to. Okay,
Alright.
bye bye.
Enjoy.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
If I were to blindfold you're a long time BMW owner, and I blindfold you and put you into this car and you touch around, you wouldn't be able to tell this is a BMW anymore. A lot of those buttons, touch points, everything has been changed. The quality of the buttons have changed. They don't feel as, maybe it's this variant, I don't know, but it just doesn't feel as plush anymore. A lot of things. There's good and bad here, of course. In terms of interior build, of course, the new generation BMWs are way better. But then this new button system and all that, I have to say this, the G30 and the current X3, basically the pre-facelift 5 series, current pre-facelift 5 series, and the G12 7 series, and the X3, that was the high point to me for modern cars, right? They are a lot better built than the F10, F30 generation, but all you see is investments put into the cabin and not cost cutting, right? This one, I can feel and tell there is quite a bit of optimization going on. That means certain parts they make it better, but I can also catch a lot of things that they try to make it cheaper in a way. So guys, I just stepped out of the car, walk away, and then it locks by itself. As I walk near the car with the keys in my pocket, it will unlock, and then if I walk away, it locks again. That's rather convenient. Now this is the 320i local assembly version. Alright, so you have the same headlights as the 330i, because the 330i don't get the full spec headlamps as well. And then here will be different compared to the M Sport. This is rather a little bit more sedated. And then you have, oh my god, the alarm. I hate that. Forcing me to do the interior walk around first, I guess. Why would car makers make alarms like that? Anyway, here's the interior of the 320i. Key differences are, of course, you don't get a full LCD. Alright, this one is partial. And then, other than that, there's not a lot of difference, to be honest. I drive 6 instead of 7. This is the somewhat older generation iDrive. So this is the first time where within the same modern variant, which is a new model, you have two infotainment systems. One being the latest one being this. But I have no qualms with this because I find this is rather okay. This is the one in the G30, the G12, and of course they have updated it now with the newer one. Oh, time to take off the mask. Alright, the interior. Now, BMW made two really quick interior changes. So they debuted the so-called new interior in the G12, and then it was in the G30, the 5 Series, and then the X3, and then all of a sudden they have this brand new interior that first came with the 8 Series, and then this same interior in the 3 Series, and then of course in the X7, and presumably when they update the others, they might import this over, and in the new X5 as well, this new interior. Mixed. For me, it is mixed because yes, it looks different, it looks slightly more flashy. This entire panel is almost as tall as this, so they give a lot of emphasis on the touchscreen capabilities, the new screens. Of course, this screen is smaller than the one in the 330i, I believe. This touch sensitive button is still there, so when you touch this, it runs there. This has been more than 10 years with BMW, since the F10 generation. And of course the integration between the various components, this thing that sort of smoothly curls in, came with the G12 7 Series, this design cue, and then they have completely changed the iDrive panel to a more cost-friendly version, I would say, because it doesn't feel as substantial as previous BMW buttonries. Alright, even the gear knob. Yes, this design is a new one, but because it was designed to have the crystal gear knob in the 8 Series and in the X7 and all that, then on this one it's just plastic, and it doesn't feel as quality as previous BMW electronic shifters. And in terms of this entire panel, they design it this way so that they can move this across different cars, right? Another cost-cutting option, but I'm not too big of a fan of it, but there's no choice. This is the strategy that car makers are going for, because this is adaptable between different cars. This is adaptable between different cars. This panel as well. This panel as well, so they can move it across different cars. Same like the steering wheels. Why all premium cars now have the exact same steering wheel, from the lowest end to the highest end, maybe with a little bit of a difference in terms of material, in terms of leather wrapping, but the whole architecture remains the same because it's some homologation costs related. And since the whole car's touch points in terms of dials, they use this neural pattern thingy. Not the most substantial in terms of execution. Look at that. Alright, compared to their old rubber one. But this one you have the neural pattern, but then it is not in metallic coating, so it looks looks a lot cheaper, right? And the way the buttons feel, I'm very sure they changed their supplier, because this feels, all these buttons doesn't feel as, how do I put this? It doesn't feel as nice as older ones, to be honest. If you have a F10 generation, even up to the G30, right? Again, I would say this: the high point of BMW interior was, to me, the G12 and G30, where they significantly upgraded their use of material, fit and finish, and all that. And then somehow, back into this generation, there seems to be a lot of cost optimizations going on, which for first-time BMW buyers, it may not be that evident, but for someone who have had their experience with BMWs, you would feel that, like the door panels, you know, they just don't feel the same quality as the previous ones, and even the plushness is rather shallow in a way. So there's a lot of hard touch points. These touch points are all rather hard, I mean, it doesn't feel, okay, there's a more expensive material, which is the polyurethane. The whole thing is just soft touch plastic, soft touch material. This is just an overlay, one layer on top of hard plastics. So underneath is some hard plastics in there, just that on the surface they have a layer of softer material coated, So the ambient lighting is inside here. There's like a satin chrome material over here and here. Alright, but I kind of miss the old European premium cars. They always have an inlay over here, so that makes it a lot nicer with those. They don't have it here anymore. And the buttons, when you press the buttons, if you're a seasoned BMW guy, you would know all these buttons, in terms of the tactile feedback, is just not that great anymore. And one thing that I think BMW made a wrong decision is to put the door lock and unlock button over here, and then when you're in a lower spec car, you don't get it over there. Back then, BMW always have the lock and unlock button in the middle, so you only need one set, and then the passenger can lock the car. So I stepped out of my car yesterday, and my wife was sitting here. She don't have any way of locking the car apart from leaning over, trying to press over here. In a 3 Series, that's not a problem. In a 5, in a 7, huge problem if that happens. Of course, in higher spec cars, they would have both sets. Alright. Other than that, I don't have complaints with these fit and finish and all that. I think the fit and finish is generally really great. Just that you run your palm across this, the gap between BMW versus something like a mainstream Japanese car, if they begin to use more and more these type of materials that are rougher to the touch and all that, right, it takes away that feel of that premium feel in it. Yeah, it takes away that. Alright, in a way. Yeah, but these are just nice. Some of these sharper touch points, you don't. Basically, if you go into an Audi A4, it will be better than this level of finishing in a way. Okay. Then as we come here, no surprises. You get a large compartment inside the glove box, inside the armrest, and then you have a USB-C port over here. This doesn't slide or move, whatever, but it's alright. It's comfortable enough. Okay, this one is takes a bit of a getting used to, but still is alright. This one doubles as a compartment, doubles as a wireless charger, USB port here, cup holders here. It's perfectly alright. 12-volt socket here, and then you can close it off, but then this is rather reflective. Okay, there's no frameless rear view mirror here. This one feels cheap. Yeah, I have no other words for it, but for this segment, like I said, I've experienced way better ones in Korean cars, way higher quality ones. And it's alright. The seats, this upper part is alright. Alright, the support, and you can actually, for the driver's side, you can actually adjust how this part actually grabs you. But for this one, the lower one, this one, it may look like that, but it provides zero thigh support in terms of the left and right side. So I just came off a Passat the other day, the Passat Elegance, and the Passat's seats don't look as attractive as this, but it's more supportive. Yeah, the Passat's seats are more supportive. And then we come to here. This one is of course the cheaper version of the LCD cluster. It looks like LCD here. It looks like this is an LCD projected, but actually it's a dark tint, and behind is the needle itself, but then it's lit up, and this part is the LCD. But remember my Mazda video where I mentioned that Mazda made a very good job in terms of matching the LCD and the analog in terms of the legibility and the way it lights up. This one doesn't. This one is pretty obvious. There's a clear differentiation here, and then it no longer looks as attractive as previous BMW analog dials. This one looks rather basic. Okay, so the way they do it is that it may look flat. Because it looks flat, So the whole thing just feels, it feels like those lower end cars where the text and all that in the speedo clusters are printed instead of actual stuffs individually. So I'm totally not a fan of this. And for a year 2020 car, I just felt this could have been done better. But like I said, the car is great. The suspension is fantastic. It drives really well. It's a BMW, right? The drivetrain, the 8-speed gearbox and all that is all well. But I just kind of felt that there is quite a bit of optimization going on in terms of cost savings. Okay, and older BMWs, you have the tweeters in their place and all that. This one is just very empty. Maybe if you spec Harman Kardon, if you're able to, it will be here. Yeah, the door panels aren't great either in terms of storage. It's covered here, so you can put things inside, but you can't access it. You can put a bottle over here, of course, but then as you run your fingers in here, right, I kid you not, the Passat Elegance door bin feels more expensive than this one. Okay, come to the back. The G20. So from coming to the back, you will see that the seats are rather tiny. It's actually a small seat. That's why it doesn't feel as supportive. You get two USB-C ports here. Climate control, single zone. It's alright. The seat bench is rather deep. You see, it goes all the way to the back of my knees, so it's very supportive. In terms of headroom, I think I get like one finger. It's alright, and it's a comfortable rear seat. In fact, my wife thought this is a 5 Series when she got up just now because of the sheer size of the car. And this is the cup holders. No surprises here. Alright. And even the leather feels optimized. I kid you not. You touch it, it's leather, but it doesn't have that, I don't know how to put it, do I call it plushness or what? The leather? Yep. Or we're just spoiled by Mazda having the exact, if not certain parts, slightly better built. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you get a wide aperture. It's airy. So if you ask me, is this car worth, how much is it cheaper? 40 over 1,000? 40 over K cheaper than the 330i. Same thing. European car makers, if you're a premium brand, please carpet the upper part as well. And there's no way to lift this boot floor. There's no handle, nothing to lift it. And there's a lever here you can pull to drop the seats. Swan neck mechanism, no power boot, but it counteracts the weight so it bounces up. And a large boot, yep. Lovely styling. I mean, it's a G20 anyway, it looks good. Simple rims. 18-inch, it's alright. Hankook tires. Ventus S1 Evo. Lovely tires. The Hankook Ventus are great tires. This one adjusts this part. Simple adjustments. That's about it. Alright. So the key differences with the 330i in terms of day-to-day use is, of course, the suspension. Okay. Oh, mosquitoes. Those who have watched my 330i review, you would have recalled that I said the suspension is too harsh for day-to-day use, even though it's fantastic on mountain roads, whereas this one is just nice. But having came off the Elegance, the Passat Elegance suspension beats this, seriously. The way it glides over stuff, it rides more expensive, that car, to be honest. And footwell. This is, I've never complained about BMW footwell, and this is my first time having the car for an extended period of time. It's rather tight. Yep. So I get less room to move around, but at least I get a proper footrest, unlike Mercedes-Benz's, which I don't get. Alright. Then there's a small compartment here. Oh, at least it's covered in felt. I would have wished the door bins, at least inside here, are covered in felt or carpet or something, but none of it. Right, so things will be moving around inside and making noise. This one is rubberized, so it's okay, but still, this surface could have been covered in felt. That's the thing that I felt about this car. See, when you open this, you run your finger across, it feels expensive, it feels nice. That's the thing I want about this car, and I'm not getting a lot of it. But of course I know this is the CKD cut price version, 320i, 184 horsepower, just enough. And it's a lot of things that I mentioned, you don't need it actually, okay? And if you just want a no frills experience, you don't want all the things that you don't need, and it would have been fine. And of course, the 320i now has some of those driving assistant features that was lacking earlier on. And you have your paddle shifters, you have your keyless, you have your NFC card, you have the thing that helps you when you reverse your car when you drive, that they advertise a lot, which I don't think is in any way very usable. What it does is that it remembers your last 50-meter maneuver. So if I drive like that, let me try and see, and then I'm in the dead end, and I go into reverse. Oh, the car went into start-stop just now. Let's switch it off. Let me see if there's a reverse assistant. So it's gonna help me do my reverse. Okay. It remembers my last few maneuvers. Look at that. It's doing it by itself. So if you drive into a dead end and you just find it difficult for you to maneuver out, the car would actually help you do it. Alright? This again are the kinds of advanced features that are made available. End of route reach shortly. It reminds me. I'm gonna go back to my original position. Alright? Yep. Look at that. See? A bit scary, right? When you look at this, or you show your parents or something. Anyway, yep, you get some of these fun features. You don't get the high BMW thing, but hey, I think I can do my stuff with quite a bit of these. Oh, I just don't like the buttons, man. The way I press them, just don't like it. Anyway, yeah. So that's the 320i. Radio.
Please select a waveband, such as FM or another entertainment source.
It understands me, or I can just pretend I have Hey BMW. I'll just go that. Hey BMW, radio. Hi Dana. Hello. Where are you? You are at the. Okay. The lobby, right? Oh, you park outside, Where you gonna leave your car? Sure, You don't want to park in my visitor bay, Okay, bye. I come. Bye. Sorry, I'm gonna pass the car to Tana. Yeah, again, it's a car that handles well, spacious, very fuel efficient, and suspension now rides beautiful compared to the 330i. 330i is very aggressive, very sporty, and of course in terms of power output, it's not as powerful or as quick as the 330i. One thing that I just felt it could have been better is that, let's say I'm now in comfort mode. There's one thing that I kind of felt in this car that I was expecting that sensation in the Passat Elegance. Sorry, I keep saying the Passat Elegance because I just drove that car. That car was supposed to be a dual clutch, right? But they completely removed that dual clutch deficiency when you are on or off throttle, right? Whereas this one is supposed to be the 8-speed ZF, is supposed to not have that sensation. It has that. When I go on throttle and off throttle, it just feels like there's that coupling and decoupling happening. Yeah, and there's Tana with his beautiful A6. I'm gonna pick him up now. I'm gonna park my car somewhere here so that I don't block the cars behind me. Yeah. Alright, that's the walk around, and I have my driving video. And 40,000. Think about it this way. Back then, people who buy 2-liter Camrys at about 140,000, some other people pay 170-ish thousand for the 2.4. So it makes the same argument as well. Hi Dana.
How's the ultimate driving machine?
It's still the ultimate driving machine.
Never fails.
Yeah, please. So I'll just go in and then you drop me off lah.
Okay.
Alright. So guys, those of you who are watching mine, watch his as well. My colleague Tana, his channel is Tana Krishnan. You can find it in the description below. Alright, cheers.
See